Okay, let's chat. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos. But welcome. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my fitness journey and just how I started out and where I am now, but also like how different I have changed in my training and just like the struggles from that, but also like how rewarding it is now to have found what I like to do and how my body likes to move, that kind of thing. But yeah, I thought we would just jump right into it. So in high school, I played competitive soccer. I also was just like very active in playing different sports and just like always wanting to be doing something. So when I left high school and went to college, I did not really have that anymore. I did not know what to do, and I would kind of go to the gym a few times. I went with my boyfriend and he taught me some lifting things, but I was very like uncomfortable in it that I just started to like find things on my own. So I ended up finding, shoot, what is it called now? It was like the BBG by Kayla. I'm gonna butcher it, but if you know, you know. And it was like circuit training. So I honestly like fell in love with that. It was like a 12-week program and I loved it. I did it like another 12 weeks after. And honestly, that was the first time I ever like stuck to something like a routine in the gym, anything like that. So I fell in love with it, and I feel like that's really where my fitness sparked in, you know, not sports and stuff, but like doing something by myself for myself. And after that, so I probably did that a few more times, and then I started writing my own. I was like, I got really good at this, really liked it, and then just started making up my own circuits, stuck to those for like 6 weeks, and then would like switch it up. But yeah, that's really where it all sparked, and I really loved it in the beginning. If going from playing sports and just like being super active, you did a lot of like HIIT training, that's kind of what I liked. So circuit training was like the same type of thing, getting the same type of adrenaline from it. So I really enjoyed it, but I kind of got to a point where I wasn't getting the results that I wanted from, you know, being an athlete my whole life. I had just bigger legs in general. I had a lot of muscle, but from doing the circuit training, I definitely lost a lot of muscle and like a lot of weight too. And so at that time I was struggling a lot with like nutrition. And so I fell into a really restrictive diet. And I just like started to become very unhappy in the gym and food and everything like that. Just seemed like it was like a have to. It wasn't like, oh, I like doing this, I like getting up and going to the gym. It was like, I have to go, I have to do this, and I have to burn this many calories, I can only eat this many. It was like very strict, and it wasn't like fun anymore. Like I obviously liked moving my body, I liked doing that stuff, but it wasn't the same as it was when I started, and I guess it just wasn't as enjoyable. So I mean, I did that for a couple of years, and I just fell into a really bad mindset too, like very negative about my body image, self-image, all of that. Like I went down a really bad path. And in that, I kind of got out of it, I guess, because I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted more. I knew I wanted muscle. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to be doing things that I liked. I wanted to feel like powerful and strong, and I just like wasn't feeling that in circuit training. I obviously like really liked it, and I stuck with it, and I didn't just like burn out and stop doing it at all, or like altogether. Then that's kind of like at the point where I started in my head thinking, okay, well, you know, there's other things out there. I don't just have to do circuit training for the rest of my life. And for me personally, like I couldn't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. Like I wanted to do something that I was going to love to do every single day, and that wasn't gonna like run down my body, and it was also going to make my body look the way that I wanted to. So then I like asked my boyfriend again for some help in lifting, and so he gave me some advice, like gave me some stuff to do. And obviously like I kind of knew more stuff at that point, but I was just very nervous, and I was very nervous at that point of gaining weight. And so when I did start lifting, I started to feel like fuller, and like I definitely wasn't really even gaining weight, but at that time I was trying to eat more, so like, you know, it was just like 2 and 2 together, and it was kind of freaking me out. But the thing is, like, when you're circuit training, like, you're using the muscles differently than when you're lifting. When you're lifting, like, I mean, if you lift, you know that when you get that pump, you like, and like you feel full, like your muscles feel really full because like the blood has been pumped to them. And that was just kind of like a new thing to me, especially from doing circuit training for years, that when I had that, I was like, oh my God, like I'm fluffy, I'm fat, like this isn't what I wanted. And so it freaked me out, and I pretty much like went back to doing some of my circuit stuff, but I was like adding some more weights to it. So like if I was doing jump squats, like maybe I'd hold dumbbells, or like, you know, instead of like just squatting, like air squats, I would hold a dumbbell. Just like whatever it was, I was trying to add more weight, and then like some more upper body movements with weight. And like that kind of helped me adjust and be like, okay, well, I actually like really liked using weights and not just always my body weight. And I was feeling good, I was feeling stronger, but I'm like, okay, well, especially with circuit training, like you can't be tossing around really heavy weight, and like, you know what I mean? Like you can't just be doing that all the time. So, you know, you need the rest and all of that. So pretty much I was like getting to an uncomfortable spot with like food and whatever, but I just like knew that circuit training like wasn't going to last me my life. Like I just knew I didn't want to do that forever. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as fulfilling it was in the beginning, and also I knew it wasn't getting me the body that I wanted. So then I just like went into lifting, and that was probably like 3 years ago from now. So like I probably did like circuit training for like 2-ish years, and then now I've been lifting for longer than that. I'll have to think about that. But anyways, I just full on like went into it, and I don't know, I just like fell in love with it. I fell in love with the fact of like getting stronger every day, with, you know, sticking to the same workouts for like a decent amount of time, like a couple months, and putting in that work for each workout, for each exercise, like pushing weight in every single one, and trying to go up, whether it was by 10 pounds or just by like 2 pounds, or if it was just going for that extra rep, you know, whatever it was, like it was just such a different feeling of excitement and adrenaline that like literally never went away. And with like circuit training, it just kind of like dwindled for me. And when I got into lifting, I was like this could just go on forever. I could get stronger and stronger every day. Like it's never going to stop. And also I was seeing changes. I was seeing the changes that I want. I was growing muscle back in areas that I had lost it, especially like my glutes. Like when I started under eating, I literally like, I had never ever struggled with not having a butt. But during my eating disorder, I literally lost it. I lost a ton of muscle. And like I just had it before. It was just like how my body was kind of built. And it was probably like the saddest thing, realizing you like lost all this muscle and you're starting from like square one again. But it was the best feeling, like each day going into the gym and lifting heavier and heavier. And in the beginning, it was definitely scary. And obviously like there were certain movements that were scary, and certain movements that I was like, I don't know how to do this. Like I remember the first time I did a hip thrust, and I was like, I don't think I can even do the bar. And I just remember like sitting on the ground, trying to get the bar on me without like dying. And I don't even know if I used like a pad or anything like at that point, you know, when you put the pad on the bar so you don't ruin your hip bones. Like I just remember I looked like I was dying on the ground, like flopping, I don't even know. And it was like the most embarrassing thing ever. But like if I stopped then, I don't know where I'd be right now. And so I don't know, like I have so many embarrassing stories, and like maybe nobody saw them and whatever. Like I definitely was so embarrassed, I like probably cried after. But the fact that, you know, if you keep trying at it, you're going to get stronger. Like your body just does that. It will adjust, like the new stimulus that it brings in, it will adjust to that. And like that's the coolest part of it for me, because, you know, with circuit training, I felt very limited. I felt like, you know, okay, sure, maybe I did 10 burpees last week and maybe I'll try and do 15 this, but it's like, that wasn't that exciting to me. It's like, I kind of just knew I could do that. But like with lifting and, you know, really trying to like sculpt my body different, it was just like the most amazing feeling. Just knowing that like the work that you're putting in is making those changes in your body, and like seeing those changes is like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the most incredible feeling. And obviously like everybody doesn't like that and everybody likes their own things, but if you feel limited, if you feel like, you know, you have to be doing HIIT training, you have to be like burning all these calories, whatever, you do not have to be. You can, like, you burn so much more when you are lifting and have more muscle on you. Like, you burn more. Me just sitting here is burning more than I did when I was doing circuit training. Yeah, maybe I burned like 800 calories in a workout then, but like right now, sometimes it says like 300, and I don't care because I know that after the fact I'm still burning and I'm a lot more hungrier, like, you know. And that's one of the biggest things too, is like I eat so much more now, and I was so afraid. And obviously like with eating in a surplus, like you're going to gain weight, but like your body, the more muscle you have, like the more food like it needs to, because it's just like burning more calories at rest. So your body just like needs more food, and I just always thought it was the coolest thing. I always wanted to be able to do that, and I never thought it was possible to be able to just like eat more food and, you know, not blow up or not have to be this massive person. Like to be able to really work hard in the gym and like eat a ton of food and, you know, be happy. Like that was so foreign to me before, that now it's like I'll be with my family, I'm like, okay, I'm having my third meal and they've eaten like once. So like it was kind of weird, but at the same time I'm like, okay, I know that this is good for me. I know what it's doing for me. I know I'm putting in the work and it's working for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it and I'm happy with it. So that also changed a lot for me in my mindset around it. Like lifting really made me more confident and like proud of myself for what I was doing, but also just like more confident in what I was doing just anytime. Because like when I was like, it kind of goes hand in hand, but during my eating disorder and when I was circuit training, like I was kind of like scared to eat, or like if other people were eating, I was like I needed to eat less than them, that kind of thing. And like really learning to fuel my body for my goals. And I only really learned that because like I needed that energy from the food for my lifts. You know, I didn't really need that before with circuit training. And so when I realized that food is fuel, it really changed my mindset around food and like what I needed, and that it didn't matter what other people were eating. All it matters what I was eating, what I like to eat, what made me feel good, how much I needed. Like that's all that mattered to me. Other people can eat more or less. That didn't matter to me anymore, you know? So honestly, that's like the biggest reward of it all, is that it really changed my mindset and made me more confident in myself and made me just more confident in the gym, more confident in my body, more confident in just like what I can give to the world. And that's just like not something I could have said a few years ago. And it's really crazy that, you know, just kind of choosing that and switching my training and stuff really affected me that way. But I know that this is going to last a lifetime, and I know that it's going to keep impacting my life, changing my life in a positive way. And, you know, it feels kind of weird to say that it's just like about something with the gym, but being active and stuff has been a huge part of my life since I was little. So, you know, it's still going to be, and I still want it to be now and forever. So being able to find that and find like my passion and what I thrive on has just like honestly been a blessing, and I'm so grateful for it. So seriously, if you're thinking about it, if you're not sure where you are and you're not sure like where to go from there or what you really like, honestly, first like try some new things. Like try different things and figure out like what you like, what you feel like you could see yourself doing years and years down the road. And the thing is, like I might change, you know, I might be like, oh, I want to do a HIIT session like once a week. Oh, I want to take a group class like once a week. You know what I mean? But like finding that core thing of what you like to do to get in movement, if it's just taking walks, it's just taking walks, but like, you know what makes you feel good. So that's my biggest tip, is to just figure out what makes you feel good and what you feel like is going to make you feel good and what's going to make you want to do every single day for the rest of your life. And that's really what changed it for me and what really made me want to switch to lifting, bodybuilding, you know? So yeah, that's my biggest tip. Hope that's your biggest takeaway from this, is just like right now, figure out what you really love to do and just run with it. You'll figure things out along the way. You'll figure out what you like to do more, less, that kind of thing. If you like to just do lots of different things, like you'll figure that out, but you don't have to do what other people are doing. And you know, you don't have to stop circuit training if you like it. Like you don't have to do that. You just need to do what you want to do and what makes you feel good, because at the end of the day, like that's all that matters. It's your life, and nobody should be telling you what to do, and nobody should be like impacting your life in that way and making you think that like what they're doing is the right way, you know? So I don't know, hopefully something here was helpful. I really felt like sharing this because it's been a long time and I finally feel like I've found what I really love to do and just what I'm really passionate about, and I know that's going to carry on with me for a long time and has also impacted my life in the biggest way possible, is really figuring out what I want and what I like to do and how I like to move my body. So yeah, I feel like I'm just going to end that there. That was just like the main reasons, main tips around it, but I hope this was helpful in some way. If you know you're struggling in any way, please comment down below. I will definitely answer all comments. If you found any of this helpful, please let me know. And if you'd like to see anything else in the future, let me know in the comments below. But also do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss another video. And I'll see you all in the next one.